Three threads pull tighter this week. On Earth, Vra'shek is coming apart. His connection to the artifact severed, his body failing on a world not built for him. Something unexpected is keeping him alive. Something small. Something burning. Far from Earth, on Orryx Station, a reunion is happening, and a human named Roger Allen is having the worst and strangest day of his life. And in the council chamber, a decision has been building for hours. Conash-Rel has named itself. It is chosen, and patience has finally run out. This is the Curvature Key.
Vra'shek drifted down the night-soaked street, the city's neon lights cutting jagged reflections across his pale, cracked skin. His movements were less precise than usual. Without even the smallest of the artifact's resonance, he was unmoored, fraying at the edges. Each breath felt like glass dragged through his chest. The gnawing absence from him was worse now. No pulse of the artifact. It was as though his tether to the galaxy had been cut, leaving him adrift in the cold void of this miserable, freezing world. A scent stopped him mid-step. A shout broke through the static of his thoughts.
"Spiciest peppers in the city! Make a grown man cry!"
Vra'shek turned and strode toward the sound. The vendor was a squat, grinning man with trays of blistering red pods. He waggled one at Vra'shek.
"Want to test your courage, stranger? Careful, my friend. These will ruin your night."
Vra'shek's hollow eyes fixed on the pepper, then on the man. Slowly, he plucked one between claw-like fingers and bit it in half. A slow burn spread through Vra'shek's chest. For the first time since he'd been on this planet, the pain lessened. He drew a long breath, eyes narrowing as clarity returned. "I don't need them," he thought, dismissing Cylas and Talryn with a flick of contempt. "Their weakness will only drag me down. The hunt belongs to me." The vendor leaned forward, waiting for the coughing, the sweat, the gasp for water. It didn't come. Instead, Vra'shek chewed with deliberate slowness. A strange, guttural hiss escaped his throat, half growl, half sigh. He swallowed, then took the rest of the pepper and devoured it.
"Good. Warm, but not enough."
The vendor blinked, a nervous laugh bubbling out.
"Warm? You should be... You want another?"
Vra'shek took another and slowly turned it over as he studied it.
"What are these?"
The vendor straightened with obvious pride.
"They're my own. I call them smoking Uranus peppers, like the planet. It's over 1 million on the Scoville scale."
Vra'shek took a large bite of the pepper in his hand, eyes closing as he chewed. The vendor's mouth hung open in awe. Vra'shek opened his eyes and nodded at the man.
"Finally, a human with the proper look of respect at my presence."
The vendor started to shake his head.
"Mister, do you know how hot 1 million?"
Vra'shek seized one of the trays on the cart and tipped it back like a cup, the peppers crunching between his teeth. Juice dribbled down his chin in crimson streaks, mingling with the lines of his failing skin. When he finished, he tossed the empty tray at the man's feet. The vendor watched, horrified, as steam rose from Vra'shek's collar, thin and acrid. His breath reeked of metal and ash. He licked a shred of skin from his lip where the peppers had blistered him, and the wound knitted shut instantly.
"Better, for the moment. These will do,"
Vra'shek murmured, reaching into the pile and dragging the whole tray toward himself. His voice was colder now, sharper.
"But moments are too brief. Where will you be for me to eat tomorrow?"
The vendor swallowed hard.
Peppers? Yeah, I'm here every day."
Vra'shek leaned close, his breath searing with capsicum heat.
"That is good."
He turned and stalked away, every step fueled by fire not meant for mortal throats, leaving the vendor trembling behind his cart, unsure if he had just been robbed, spared, or cursed. Cylas slammed the comm panel closed, hard enough to rattle the casing.
Nothing. Trial van's gone silent.
Talryn's jaw flexed.
Orders were to assist the Kren, but he's unraveling. He's sloppy.
He's not sloppy. He's dying.
Come on, Cylas. This has gone on long enough. We've played babysitter for about as long as I can stomach it.
Talryn leaned against the cracked stone railing, the city lights scattering in broken reflections on her irises.
He's unraveling. You can see it. Every hour on this planet is poisoning him.
Cylas folded his arms, his expression unreadable.
Orders were clear. Assist him. Keep him alive. Keep him moving. We don't decide when a weapon is sheathed.
Weapon? He's a liability. I've cleaned up 3 of his messes in as many days. The next one will probably expose us all. We don't know if the deterioration is just affecting his body or if it's poisoning his mind as well.
Cylas glanced at the comm bead resting in his palm, the faint pulse showing an open line.
And yet Trial Van refuses to answer. Curious, isn't it? Almost like High Command would rather not hear what's happening down here.
Talryn's jaw tightened.
Then we're abandoned with a dying assassin who thinks he's still sharp. Wonderful.
She'll pick up, eventually. Too much is riding on this mission. It is not a small thing we're deployed to Earth. We are the first Covenant team ever.
That we know of. You think they tell us everything?
No, I'm not that naive.
He glanced down at the communicator again.
But someone needs to answer and tell us something.
The corridors of Orryx Station swallowed them whole. Armed guards ushered them out rapidly from the council chamber. The hallway pulsed faintly with an inner light, as though alive, adjusting its brightness with each of their steps. Roger stopped at one point, muttering about living wallpaper, as the escorts gently nudged them along. A door sighed open, and warmth spilled out. Unlike the austere halls of the council, Drimus's room was filled with clutter, half-assembled holoscreens, 3 mugs abandoned in odd places, a collection of odd mineral shards glittering on a shelf. A small, glowing plant in the corner hummed faintly. Roger was the first one through the door, immediately drawn to the plant.
Excuse me, Miss Giant Holographic Head. Is this a plant or a pet?
Sara was next, closely followed by Castor. The moment they crossed the threshold, Drimus flew at Sara.
Sudsy!
She wrapped her arms around her friend so tightly that even Sara staggered back a step and laughed.
I thought you were gone. I thought...
Sara squeezed her back, smiling at her friend.
I'm fine, Drew. Really. Mostly thanks to Castor, though.
At that, Drimus turned, her eyes narrowing mischievously.
Oh, really? Mostly thanks to Castor?
She smiled and squeezed Sara again.
I just don't know what I'd do if anything happened to you.
She turned toward Castor. She leaped at him, the impact knocking him down with her landing on top.
Castor! Well, it's a little too soon for this, you adorable Earth boy.
She winked as she stood, then helped him to his feet. Tilting her head, lips curling, she added,
Maybe I should keep him nearby, for safety's sake, you understand. I wouldn't mind being rescued now and then.
Castor scratched his chin.
I don't know, Drimus. Sara or Sudsy might not share. and stop calling me boy.
Sara folded her arms, unimpressed.
Please, Drew. Keep him as long as you want. Just don't let him touch the controls of anything important.
Hey,
Castor began as he spun towards her, but Drimus burst out laughing and pulled Sara into another hug. Roger, meanwhile, paced like a caged tiger.
Hey! Hugs, giggles, witty banter. I just want to know, where are we? Am I the only one wondering what's going on here, or just the only one who doesn't know?
Everyone just stared at Roger, not really knowing what to say, so he continued.
We've got aliens trying to kill us, some kind of space wizard council, and now I'm standing in what looks like a cross between a teenager's science project of a bedroom and the dating game.
He pointed at the glowing plant.
Seriously, plant or pet? I need to know before it tries to bite me.
Drimus put a finger to her chin.
Depends on how much light you give it. And I've already won a date with adorable Earth.
Drimus looked at Castor, and his face made her stop. Drimus held her hand out, palms up.
Man. Adorable Earth man.
Roger froze, eyes wide.
Isn't that special?
He pointed to the corner.
And I knew it. Plant, pet.
He threw his hands in the air.
This episode of As the Alien Turns, it's beyond me. This is beyond humanity.
He walked 2 steps toward the door.
Hollowhead, can you show me the exit to this place so I can go the hell home, please?
Relax. Just think of the two of us as a cosmic cultural exchange.
Yeah, what did you say your name was again?
Roger. My name is Roger Allen. Cosmic cultural exchange? What does that mean?
He turned to Castor.
You fit in like you've been here your whole life. I don't even know if we're in the city anymore.
Roger, the city isn't really close. By the measurements you'd use.
Roger smacked his forehead with his palm.
Well, there you have it. I guess the 3 of you are just straight out of the X-Files, aren't you?
X what? There's that reference again. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the fact that you 3 are straight out of Project Blue Book. Oh, really? Why then am I sweating buckets? I figured whatever travel package we got came with a free sauna, and yet you look cool as ice. Seriously, Hollowhead, give him a jacket before he catches a chill.
He turned back to Castor.
So who's the alien here? I'm wondering whose side you're on, genetically.
Truth be told, Castor was feeling stronger than normal. And he wasn't hot, although it probably was somewhere in the 80-degree range. Castor was beginning to wonder that himself. The council chamber's air was heavy. The chamber had been cleared quickly, and only the 12 members remained, their seats arrayed in a circle beneath the great star vault ceiling. Sorin Kwa spoke first.
I cannot believe that the artifact brought them here.
The Grand Historian Telis Bar stood. Her robe shimmered as she lifted a hand.
The artifact did not merely bring them here. It spoke. It named itself.
Gasps rippled through the chamber. Councillors leaning forward, some in disbelief, others nodding as if long-held suspicions were confirmed.
The name it gave,
she continued, her voice carrying across the vaulted space,
was Conash-Rel.
The word itself seemed to shiver in the air, echoing faintly even after she had spoken it. Vas Ethern, the elder strategist, spoke with a frown.
Conash-Rel, the oldest of root names. Rel, to bind, to anchor. But Conash, it can mean to cut, to sunder, to sever by binding, to bind by severing. The words together are a paradox.
Admiral Theridel, fingers tightening on the arm of her chair, muttered,
Both bridge and blade. No wonder it has eluded control for so long.
Primary strategist Olen Nook leaned forward.
Or perhaps the name is no riddle at all. Perhaps Conash-Rel is not a thing, but a will, an entity. It acts as it chooses, and tonight it chose to reveal itself to an outsider.
Sorin Kwa, temporal director of analytics, voice sharp with excitement.
Not just reveal. It shielded him, the human. By all logic, a double helix body should have been destroyed by translocation. Yet Castor and even the detective survived. Conash-Rel must have bent helix laws to spare them.
Murmurs filled the chamber, some fearful, some reverent. Admiral Theridel snapped,
This makes it more dangerous, not less. If the artifact itself chooses, then it has already slipped beyond our governance. It favored a human. That should terrify us.
And yet,
said Telis Bar, eyes narrowing.
This may be our only chance to learn why the artifact has endured across millennia. Its choice may have meaning.
The chamber grew tense until Triel Van, command overseer, broke the silence. Her voice was clipped, every syllable a blade.
Enough philosophy. Conash-Rel has declared itself to a human. It carried him into our chamber. It shields him. So I ask.
She let the silence hang, heavy and sharp.
Why have we not already taken Conash-Rel from him?
The words rang across the chamber like a judgment, leaving the council poised between fear and awe. Back in the empty warehouse with a plane buzzing faintly above, Vra'shek stood motionless. His jaw was clenched, his pale skin faintly flushed from within, as though something simmered under it. Cylas leaned against the wall, arms folded, while Talryn paced in front of them like a caged beast. Nothing to do but wait for another sighting of the artifact.
2 days and still nothing. The artifact is gone, whisked out from under us,
Cylas said flatly. Talryn spun, jabbing a finger toward Vra'shek.
Well, I think we'd have it, and this mission would be over if someone hadn't hurled the human at them.
Vra'shek's eyes narrowed.
I did no such thing.
You did. I saw it. You threw him like a sack of grain.
Perhaps your Zorathian eyes deceive you.
Vra'shek's voice was cold, clipped, but his lips twitched, betraying something less controlled. Silas's gaze sharpened.
Hey, wait a minute. Vra'shek, you look different.
What do you mean? I am the same perfect Kren physical specimen I've always been.
Yeah, I see it now too. You don't look like you're about to collapse anymore. Less grey. Less brittle. For the first time since we've been on this cursed planet, you almost look alive.
Yeah, she's right. You do look better. Why?
Vra'shek's nostrils flared.
I require no improvement, nor do I answer questions from the likes of you lackeys. I am as I have always been.
Really? Because you didn't start perking up until after you devoured half that vendor's pepper stock. Don't tell me your mighty Kren physiology is being held together by street food. If we put you on a drip of hot sauce, you might live forever.
I will not.
Vra'shek cut himself off, his throat working as though the memory of fire still lingered there.
Peppers are irrelevant.
Peppers are saving you. Imagine that. The terror of the Kren collective. propped up by condiments.
Talryn raised a hand before the argument could spiral further, though her lips twitched with the faintest trace of humor.
Enough. If the artifact is beyond us now, the mission will adapt. But we should report this. All of it.
For the first time, Vra'shek said nothing. He only turned toward the darkened horizon, the faint heat of peppers still burning in his veins. Meanwhile, a galaxy away, the council chamber trembled with tension. Every word seemed to echo against stone and crystal, heavy with the weight of history. Debate over Conash-Rel had circled like vultures for hours, but at last silence fell as Command Overseer Triel Van rose to her feet.
We waste time. The artifact has revealed itself. It has chosen. Not once, but repeatedly. And it favors outsiders. Humans. We cannot allow this to continue.
General Mail Repos slammed her fist against the table.
Agreed. The Kren adapt at every turn, and now the artifact slips further from us. Every cycle we hesitate, we gamble with extinction.
But force against what? Against Conash-Rel itself, or against the human who carries it?
Both. The human is its vector. Remove him, and Conash-Rel returns to us.
Assuming it wants to return,
muttered Elder Strategist Vas Ethern.
If it resists, if it flees again, then what? You cannot command what names itself Conash-Rel.
Grand Historian Talis Bar lifted her gaze, eyes like polished stone.
Reverence has failed us. We have prayed, coaxed, begged, and it leaves us every time. Perhaps force is all that remains.
The silence that followed was suffocating, until Vas Ethern spoke.
And if Conash-Rel still won't sever the bond with the human?
Then we must sever it ourselves.
At last, Admiral Theridel stood.
Then it is decided. We will seize Conash-Rel from the human, by force if necessary.
Above them, the council seal burned into the air, shimmering with finality. The decision was made.
The council has spoken. Force is the answer they've chosen, and the target is Castor, and the bond he never asked for. Vra'shek is still out there, burning from the inside, more dangerous now than when he was dying. And somewhere on Orryx Station, a man from Earth is trying to figure out if a glowing plant is a pet. If you're enjoying the story, leave a review and share it with someone who loves science fiction. Until next time, keep your eye on the curve.